Hello, everyone. It's so good to be back. And we're back with another Maker Monday. I'm ugwOak Timbear, and joining me today is ugwOak James, our platform engineer. So I got it. It's been a while. I feel like I don't know what I do here anymore. I think I was a UX designer. I don't think I was very good at it since we just hired somebody for that position, so whoops. Anyway, so welcome. What we're doing here today is I have James accompanying me to kind of delve into some of the really fun movements that we have in the game. We have a lot of platforms to give your map a little moving and shaking. And I would say you are the premier person for
nausea
that.
maker.
You are the premier, yeah. Troy is currently sitting at his desk with a little bit of motion sickness because of one of your maps, which maybe we'll get to. We'll see. But yeah, that's a little bit about us. Maker Monday, we're here. We're the devs of the game QUIRK. We're here to talk about making quirks and maps in our game that you guys can play. So I like to give that just in case somebody's new in chat. Okay. Also, hi chat, as always, feel free to ask any questions, concerns, feedbacks, anything at all. If there's any movement platforms you want to see, something that makes your map have that extra edge, let us know. We are always listening. So, yay! Should we get the game to work? So step 1, open QUIRK. Step 2. We might want to kill that process. So while he's trying to get QUIRK up, James, why don't you tell us a little bit about what exactly a platform engineer does? I kind of introduced you, and then profit?
So platform engineer is essentially all of the not directly in-game content. So we write essentially all the connections that the game makes, you can do matchmaking, do all your updates, log in.
Excellent.
Just all the important piping and all the new stuff that's coming over the next couple months.
Awesome. So you're just a wizard of those things.
Yeah.
Yay! We do love our wizards here, our wizards, druids, witches, and ghouls. Oh my god, is it Halloween yet? Soon. We have some really exciting stuff for Halloween that I want to tell you about, but I have to wait. How are we doing on that?
Hey.
Slow but surely.
Wait, what? Why so long? Thanks for the follow, Troy. Number 1 fan, Troy. So, and tell us, while we're figuring this out, what is it about adding things like the speed ramps and the boost ramps and things? What is it about that really draws you to adding those to your map?
So, one of the things that I really enjoy is kind of getting a little bit different out of the moving parts. I mean, you already have all the stuff in the game that the players can directly experience, like the weapons, moving blocks around, but adding some of these other elements allow you to let the level move for itself. And
awesome.
The right combinations of these things can really random up a map and make it a little more unexpected, a little more fun.
Excellent.
So various moving platforms, we've seen a lot of our, the players in the game starting to get more of those in, more of the rotating platforms. The boosts, however, and knowing some of the future coming blocks, like you can do a lot of interesting stuff with things that are in the map and moving, like right from the start.
Right.
You can use them as essentially like ramps to launch your character off of. You can launch objects off of them. So roughly you could have a game of dodgeball going back and forth where you're chucking blocks off ramps back and forth at each other.
I want it.
Yeah.
I want dodgeball so bad.
And you start mixing combinations of those, so you've got ramps that move things, you've got teleporters that move things from one place to another, and start kind of combining these elements together, and you can make some really dynamic, interesting maps.
Excellent. Alrighty, so the first map is a super old one. Again, we have shown this one off on stream already, but it's called Avast by ugwOak, and the reason it's on there, and it's going to be in all most recent under page 17, in theory. Allegedly. We'll see. I really like these crayons. I think this is my new favorite prop. Avast! Yar! Avast! And this one is one of my favorite maps to show off for movement because it's kind of our pre-movement. This was our first round of blocks that we had put in the game to give any sort of movement. We have really streamlined how this works in game. It used to be, I think you needed to put it on like every block. You see how you had to like clear a road for where it was going to be,
right?
So for the ships to go back and forth.
So with the old movement pads, if you ended up placing them next to any other blocks, anything in a 1 block radius around that block would be moved. So essentially you've got a 9 block cube that it can move. So on his original version of this map, there were literally platforms, like literally every 9 blocks around the entire outside of the boat to make sure it would move correctly. One of the things it does not attach to is water, so kind of lent itself to this. And if we're not able to show it off later, I'll explain that mechanic a little better for some of the other movement blocks. Yeah.
Have we tried verifying files?
Yeah.
just a million times, just verify it till it works. So this one was made by Oak when we were first kind of playing around with those movement blocks. And I think he did a really, really great job utilizing what he had at the time. And I love, Kevin, I want to see an updated version of this. I'm putting in my formal request for a new version of this. And so that's Avast by ugwOak. So that is one of ours, but it was worth showing off, I think, for this particular episode. And so the next one is going to be on page 2. This one is by our buddy Poots. And he actually played it on stream for us the other day. Well, the other day, like a month ago. I feel like I was here like all the last 2 weeks. But this one is called The Great Shroom Battle! Exclamation point. It's going to be the one that's just lava. So this is a nightmare of a map. But what I like about it is I feel like it's terrifying. Poots really kind of took every single movement platform I think we have and added it into this landscape, this Hades-esque landscape.
And he got most of the movement blocks. I'm not sure if he got any of the ramp ones in there, but yeah, he's got the rotating, he's got the elevating, he's got the boost platforms, and of course, just a touch of lava. Just sprinkle it on there.
Just a spice. He really is like the emerald of spice. Just a pinch. And I do mean that ironically. He puts lava in everything. But I like that even down below, if you can actually get it, you can land on these movement, the speed boosts, and it'll actually take you right to where you need to go.
Yes. But if you don't hop off it just the right way or just the right time, it will slam you bodily into one thing or another.
You kind of just have to trust. What I like about those is you kind of have to have a lot of trust for those, because your instinct is to jump around and like try to move to get off it. But if you kind of just let go of the mouse, it's going to take you where you need to go. Kelly, don't let go of the mouse now. Like when you get on, let go of the mouse. Take two. Oh, I think she's got it. So you bounce. You got to trust it, because it'll actually bounce you directly back onto it. Poots' precision in this map was really impressive. I'm sure he went through a lot of iterations and testing out, or he got really lucky. And knowing Poots, that maybe also was the case. She doesn't trust. Kelly doesn't have the trust.
I don't have the trust.
She doesn't.
All
right, let's see if she can do it. Not even close. Hi, Cub. Hi, Pinkoi. How's it going? This map looks like a fun nightmare. It is exactly that.
So he did have some the ramps hidden underneath some lava that actually propel you up into a power up down into there.
Yeah. No, he literally has everything. And Cub and Pinko, welcome to the stream. This episode we are talking about movement, and we're going through some maps that really highlight the movement blocks that we have within our building system. We are looking at The Great Shroom Battle by Poots. You guys can find that under all and under page 2. I did the Sailor Moon too. I do know why. So there you go. Well done, Poots. Thank you for the awesome map and for all the movement. This is great.
It's so creative. I mean, I might be sounding a little bit, ironic, but I'm like James is always very surprising to me how creatively
Yeah.
everybody uses him to kill me as well.
Specifically Kelly.
Specifically me.
All right, and then next one, again, this is another one that we did already show off, but we're showing off again because it's just one of my favorite movement maps. It is going to be the Not So Hungry game by a Dogstar, and that's going to be on page 5.
Not so hungry.
Not So Hunger Games. This acorn is...
Not so hungry game.
Is this acorn supposed to smell weird? Cub, I guess you got your acorn. I don't know. It's been in the mail for a little bit, so I don't know what happened in the post office. I'm glad you got it, though. I had to reopen your package. I'm sure you saw the shoddy tape job. So, yay, I'm glad you got it. Enjoy, Cub. So the Not So Hunger Games. What I like about this one is, unlike Poot Loop's map, which utilizes almost every movement, I feel like this one uses just enough.
And by just enough, it uses one major spinner that spins about a third of the level in the center. Yes.
Yeah, that's right, but it's just enough. Like, he didn't
enough.
need to go crazy with the up and downs.
There are a couple of those in the far periphery of the map. Kindly, however, did not make the rest of the map spin the other direction or anything fun like that, which I would have totally
I think he did make one like that. I might have missed one. Yeah, you made a... No, you did. I think that was one of yours. James managed to make a map that made everyone sick outside of VR. We were, like, at our desktops getting queasy playing this one.
Yep.
I'm so proud.
He's so proud.
I get quite proud.
So James is currently logging into his account. We are having a little technical issue opening the game. So we are going back in. I wonder if that's why. Are we not plugged into the wall? Because if it doesn't think we have an internet connection, it won't connect us to the server.
No, everything looks fine. But...
In theory. Anyway, so I love this one a lot. I think I've showed it off like a million times. Because it's just a good, solid moving map.
Why it's called Not So Hungry Games?
Not So Hungry. So it was designed to be kind of a spoof off of the Hunger Games. So all of the weapons are in that centerpiece. So when everyone starts, it's a mad dash to this spinning death machine.
Not so copyright infringing games.
It smells fruity. It might smell fruity. If it was on my desk, Cub, the acorn might smell a little perfumey. All right. Yes, love that one. Thank you, Dogstars, for this fabulous map. I can't promise I won't show it off in another Maker Monday. Do you need me to log in, sir?
If you want.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna go ahead write down my password while I do this. Everyone, you can get into my bank if you want.
It is not. We still just got my screen. We still just have my screen and you guys.
Oh, bummer. They were so close.
Seeing your password.
All right, guys. And so for the next one, this is not map related, but over the weekend, we did a really, really cool event where we invited a bunch of our community members, Holly Bombay, Waifu, or Pinko in chat, Frontline Plays, and Holly's husband came in to test some really exciting new tech, which we can't say anything about now, but they got to test that out. They also got to play a lot, and Pinko, who is known for making wonderful art, she submitted, and I'm going to say it, she's probably the winner of our art contest, so I'm going to load her up with a bunch of stuff next time I see her. Was inspired by some of the art that she saw on our wall. If you come to our studio, we have sneak peeks all over. So she took with that some inspiration on Sunday and made us some amazing artwork. And I'd like to show it off. This is kind of a sneak peek of some of the things we have working on, except Pinko kind of made her own rendition of it. Really, really cool. Just like, I think she called it the cutie. She drew our redheaded avatar, which you can see in our key art, and this one's a little bit different. Don't be embarrassed, Pinko. We love your art. We love what you did with this, and that definitely is going to go on our community wall. So thank you so much for that. We love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Serious heart hands, as the gift says.
So this was kind of my test world that I was testing out a lot of stuff in. Initially, I was trying to create sort of a timer that would move a block around and then do something with it. And I discovered kind of a weird thing with the teleporters. And this particular one was by, dropping something on top of the teleporter like that. If I go through it this way, I can't get back through the teleport at all. So it essentially makes the teleporter one way. So I pop here, right back on top of the block, and you can't get back.
And then you can't go back. That's really neat.
With the platforms and the rotators, I've got some examples of their actual functionality in the game. This is one of the normal movement platforms that we had originally in the game. And if you place it by itself, it'll just sit here and move around and lets you get between places.
Nice.
I put one underneath this section of gray block. And you'll see now that since it attached to something, it hid itself. But only these 9 blocks attached. So these blocks on the white were in the right spot. They were like, here's the starting position, and they stayed. The other movement block, the one on the block and chain, was attached to this set, and it grabbed everything that was attached.
Oh, that's an interesting distinction. So that'll go right through. The ones with the chains just kind of stick out.
So it's kind of the what need you have. Do you need to move a small thing in a very tight space? You use this. Otherwise, you'd use the larger one that moves everything. Similarly to the rotation, how I said that it doesn't attach to water and move it. I put a water block there and put the rotator on it. I just put a normal block there, and you'll see the rotator grabs absolutely everything and moves it. So currently, water block is the one that's not attaching to it. Don't know if there's future stuff that might not also do it.
That's so cool.
I had kind of put together an experiment with the movement ramps, sometimes unexpected behaviors. So say I drop this ball and kind of push it into the ramp here, and see the rough distance it chucks it, tosses it up over the green. So what would you expect to do if I had a boost ramp right in front of it?
Ooh, I'm excited.
Farther?
It actually barely goes, because this block moves the ball so fast, it actually gains backspin.
Oh.
So by combining different blocks, you're getting completely different physics reactions out of it.
That's so cool. So if you do it, is it the same rule?
No, so I walk onto this.
Okay, so you get a little bit more momentum than the ball. All right.
Yeah, humans move a lot further off of them than the objects do. Now, if I just put myself onto this, you'll notice it drops me the exact same distance.
Huh, very interesting.
Yeah. So gaining extra speed off the boost pads doesn't do anything for me when I hit it. But if I sprint and hit the block, you'll notice I almost don't even go any further.
Yeah.
So in the games, if you're going to hit one of these boost ramps, sprinting off of it doesn't really have a benefit. However, saving your sprint is a whole different matter. So that you could hit it, and then even if you sprint in the air, like that's the fastest momentum you're going to get out of it. Yeah.
Very cool.
I had kind of mentioned my chaos machine a little bit too here. So inside this room, there's a lot of boost pads that's just kind of spit you out the 4 sides. But there's a teleporter moving back and forth. And you'll notice that since the teleporter is right next to the wall, it actually is moving like an entire chunk of the back wall with it.
Huh.
However, that wouldn't matter for this functionality. So here, it dropped me out of door 4.
Ah, that's pretty neat.
And then next time I went back in, it kicked me back. Okay, so I was on the wall at the time. Yeah.
This is like motion sickness Russian roulette.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And there, pop out of door 2. So this in a larger scale, you could have something spanning the entire level. And whenever you pop into this, it will kind of bomb you out in various different parts of the level.
Wow.
I've got a different map that's got 4 discrete sections.
Yeah.
And depending on which one you are, you're then potted with people fighting just that section
Jeez.
Until you can take a teleporter and randomly get chucked out into one of the other sections. So you can make a maze, too, where the teleporters are just taking you all over the place.
To a different spot. Oh, my goodness.
And so that was just some of the experiments I was doing with motion and how I originally learned, how things are going to react together.
Nice. Well done, sir. You are a master of motion. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Why don't you show off the crazy free ride one?
Free ride.
Oh, what's happening now? Oh. We'll see.
Let's
We'll
see.
see. All right.
Yeah.
free. I like that it's not even like.
So when we first put in the motion blocks, like the boost pads and the boost ramps and whatever, the literal first thing I thought to do was, let's make everybody in VR just go nuts.
Oh man, this made pretty much the entire studio sick.
I think we have some video of that we can share a little later on.
That would be great. So, just thinking like, what would you want out of a roller coaster? And that would be absolute insanity.
To each their own, right?
Oh, jeez. The Rainbow Room's my favorite, though. It's so cool.
And then the big flush.
The big flush! And then it's just like your room that you just showed us.
Yeah, I wonder what this would be like in VR.
Total nightmare. Actual nightmare status.
So that was the concept that we had for that.
Awesome. Sort of.
Sort of.
It's sickening.
So we were also talking about, like, this is originally where I had done the use of the rotating blocks when I first figured out how to make it happen. And see, the water blocks in the wall over there was how I made that spin next to the wall without moving the whole wall, but still prevents a person from getting across.
Yeah.
And again, these were the simple moving platforms.
This one's real rough. Jeez. That's kind of cool. One of my favorite things about the movement blocks is you can really play with timing, which is really interesting.
I didn't do that.
and I think takes a really keen sense of design to time everything perfect so when they jump, there's a platform. Or if they miscalculate, there isn't a platform. It's very Mario.
Yeah. And kind of how it was put together. It's the
chain ones,
the block and chain. And
block
then
and
I
chain.
used some of the targets to actually kind of paint target zones above it. So that's not what those blocks are for, but
right.
It gave you an idea of, hey, the next spot you
Where
jump to is
be.
roughly going to be in that vicinity. Yeah. So it's just...
Yeah, caps lock.
So yeah.
Excellent. That one's one of my
Various...
favorite.
It was extremely hard. I think it was 10-20 minutes of people throwing themselves at it.
Yeah, just being like
before some other people managed to get through it.
Yeah, one or two. It really kind of calls who's excellent at the game and who needs a little bit more practice. Spoilers. I definitely need a little bit more practice.
Oh, and this was the map that I accidentally crashed the game with.
Oh, I don't think I've even seen this one
yet. So this one's in our rotation now. But these guns right here were on the corner of this block, which connected this big moving lava wall. So this lava wall actually moves up and down.
Jeez.
And here's where it moves down to. So essentially what that allowed was this room kind of clears itself every 5-6 seconds.
Purges everything.
Yep. And because of the placement of the rocket launcher on this edge here, it connected the whole level, and as soon as the level moved, it broke.
Wow.
So debug-wise, that was how we figured out that, you can't move an entire level's worth of blocks without consequences.
Jeez.
Yep. So.
All right.
Why don't we try something? Have this video, and I want to see if it plays and you guys can see.
All right, let's check out that video.
Okay.
Alright, here.
Okay, so there's Troy in VR. You could see him down there, not even facing the computer. I love it.
In a profile,
Love
the
it.
computer's behind him.
And behind him currently, yeah.
One of the towers, the VR.
I like that the potato, the I'm sick from playing VR potato is ominously in the background.
That is what that is there for.
Excellent. Yeah, this one was brutal. All right.
You guys can't hear the sounds, but there's a lot of...
Oh no, we know.
Go for it. Hey, Troy.
Troy's very vocal when he plays.
You can see him jumping around.
I'm just looking around. It's so much worse in first persons too. Like.
Yeah, and
Alright. Well, this is the one that stresses me out the most.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
The bounce off. Yes.
Whee!
Oh, he's so scared, poor baby. Oh, the flesh is kind of a nice break almost.
until the bottom, right?
Until the bottom. Oh my god, look at him.
He hasn't grabbed for the ground yet. That's pretty bold.
Jeez.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
He's like,
He did it! A question for James.
Yes.
Why are his maps so cruel to me? Asks Aether. And everyone else in the studio.
The intent is not to be cruel. The intent was to be inventive, and sometimes doing that puts things in a way that no one would ever expect it to be, and therefore, if you're not ready for it and you haven't braced yourself for it,
It's the answer of a true madman.
one person's ingenuity is another person's cruelty.
yeah.
Yeah. In this case, many persons cruelty.
Like where some people get like sickness in VR from things moving. I made a map that makes people sick without even being in VR.
That was impressive.
And that was a feat. That was a feat. Yeah.
It was a feat. And anyone who is in chat right now, if you have any questions for our platform engineer, James, feel free to pop it in just like Aether has, and we will get to your questions as well, even if it's not motion or block related. I mean, I'm curious what his favorite animal is.
That'd be my rabbits.
Oh, I like that it's specifically your rabbits. Like, forget any other rabbits, but those are your babies.
Yes, and they're adorable. And they're
Now everyone else has brought their pets in. When are we going to have some rabbit action?
not sure how social.
No, rabbits are not very social. I mean, we've had guinea pigs.
Yeah, but they can't go very far very fast.
Alrighty, awesome. James should talk about some of the social stuff he's working on. Oh, there you go. Aether's next question. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Bring Ace. Ace has been in the studio. So what Aether's talking about in chat, if you're as confused as I'm only vaguely, we have some really excited new stuff that James himself has been working on. We talked briefly that he does a lot of back-end stuff for us, which includes like the wiki and things like that, and the event calendar. James, what is an event calendar?
So we created a system that allows basically anybody with an account to propose events, like things that they want to do. They want to do a thing in game, they're doing a thing in real life, whatever they want to do around the game. You could actually come to our site, go to the calendar, log in, and create your event, set up the time, start time, whatever.
Excellent.
Submit it. Likely Troy or you will at some point take a look at that,
Deny.
approve it, and then that will show up publicly on our site for anybody to come and take a look at.
Awesome. So that sounds like it'd be really helpful for things like if you made a map and you want a bunch of people to come test it, you could go to our calendar and do that.
Yep, you totally schedule an event. There's also kind of an RSVP system for a lot of things where you can go in and kind of register your interest that, yeah, I'm totally down to do that.
I love that. Aether, since you started this conversation, feel free to drop a link to our calendar in chat, or if Kelly's on it. That way you guys can check it out. It is beautifully designed. I know you had a lot of work in like the colors and the icons and things like that as well. I love it.
Yep.
It's one of my new favorite features.
And what you had mentioned earlier, the other feature that we were working on, we are also working on the sort of a similar system, but in more of a wiki format, so that as people come up with content for the game, or they want to, kind of put themselves out there, their own builder profile, whatever, we're working on a system that will allow people to put articles out there on the site
Awesome.
and help share the knowledge within the builder community.
Kind of like your pro tips.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so anybody who's got their strategies for how to put stuff together can
Awesome. I'm sure Gothic Medic and Poot Loops and them have a few tips and tricks to share. They've already been really vocal, so thank you guys for being so vocal on Discord, and we're hoping to give you a platform as well with the wiki. So, and thank you, James, for all your work with your own fingers. As Aether said, yay, your own fingers. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the announcements. As always, we have our weekly Friday happy hour. Last week we had a Seattle local stream, so hopefully he'll be in at some point. We really like our locals, so if you guys are local and you stream, hit us up. We love having streamers in studio to stream their stuff. And yeah, it was Space Captain Zenmo so you can check out his VODs of him playing and hanging out with us on Twitch. He's awesome. This week, we don't have a streamer. We're sad about it. So, if you're interested in streaming for us, go ahead, send us a DM on our Twitch. You can also check us out on our Discord, Twitter, basically anywhere we have our messages open. Let us know that you're interested, and we'll talk out. We love giving out keys and swag, and we hang out with you as well in your chat and really just try to hype you out as best we can. So let us know. We're looking. So map approvals. We are going to hop back into map approval starting Thursday, the 28th. So I'll be doing that. So make sure to get all your super awful motion maps in to ruin my life by then. I usually do it towards the end of the day. And currently, quick bug alert for those who don't know. If you submit a map for an updated map, I'm currently not approving those because if I do, you're going to lose your game type and it's going to disappear from your library until we manually fix it. So if you have submitted a map that you already finished for updated approval, hang tight. We are working on a fix for that and we will get your updated maps approved as soon as possible. And thanks for your patience as always. We love you. Yeah. And let's see. He is so fluffy. I love Ace. Sorry, I was just catching up on Ace, and it was just Cub being like, he's so fluffy. And I'm like, yeah, he is. Sorry. This is what happens when you put chat in front of somebody with a lot of attention problems. I also love Ace Cub. I want to stream Aether. Aether is banned from streaming. Side note, and I'm just trying to kill time for my scheduled tweets to pop up for my next announcement in about 5 minutes. We have a really, really exciting poll going on. We want to make Halloween themed for you. Halloween is one of our very favorite holidays, I think universally in the studio. It's not just a holiday for us, it's a lifestyle that for most of us has started mid-September. Spoilers, it started mid-September for me. We have Halloween decorations. I'm going to show off the Halloween decorations. Oh, this one's of course I picked this one. So yeah, so we're already decorating for Halloween in the studio, and we'd like to decorate for Halloween in game as well. We're having trouble picking some blocks, and we would like you, to pick 3 of your favorite blocks with this poll that you can catch on Twitter, Facebook. I'll be posting it in Discord. If it's up now, we could also put it in chat as well. So yeah, you get to pick out of 10 blocks that we have laid out for you. Pick your top 3. By the end of the week, we'll be announcing the winners, and we will be making those spooky blocks for October. So super excited about that. You can expect things like witch blocks, and I think we have cute skulls on there.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's some some re-themes of existing blocks.
Yeah, we got some cool ones coming up.
And there's some interesting suggestions, even if they kind of look like a visual re-theme of existing blocks. They have some future, maybe some functionality changes that we might get into. So
maybe.
There's lots of variety of interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, we really like Fall Guys. It's been beautiful. So that's what we're doing. You can check out our poll on Twitter. You can find us at QUIRK on Twitter and check that out. And you can also check it out when I retweet it like 1,000 times. That poll will be ending October 2nd. So you guys have a full week and a weekend to get your votes in. And then we'll announce the winner on the next Maker Monday, which you can check out October 2nd. Pretty cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Makers Monday. You can catch us October 2nd. We'll be back for another stream, hopefully with less technical issues, unless James is back
I'm not
on,
gonna
in
be
which
involved,
case
yeah.
he's not. Don't worry, guys. So we have some really cool, spooky, fun things planned for you, starting off with that poll, which should be up right now on Twitter, on QUIRK. Check it out. Cast your votes. See the blocks that you pick in game. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, on YouTube, and on Twitch. If you haven't already followed us, check us out. Our YouTube's really awesome. You can actually catch all of the VODs, and soon his movement tutorial we're also going to put on our YouTube here in the next day. And if you guys want to be part of the community, you can go to discord.gg/QUIRK. We did change our Discord link from UGen to QUIRK, so you can find us there too. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. We love you, and go ahead, happy building. Have a good one.